Tonight, we dive into one of America's strangest unsolved mysteries. A prowler who terrified an entire town during the summer of 1942. He wasn't after money. He wasn't after jewelry. He wanted hair. This is the story of the Phantom Barber of Mississippi. It began in June of 1942 in the small town of Pascagoula, Mississippi. The world was at war, and tension already hung heavy in the air. But soon, a new kind of fear crept into town. A fear that had nothing to do with soldiers or bombs. Reports began trickling in. A prowler was sneaking into homes at night. He didn't steal valuables. He didn't harm his victims at first. Instead, he would quietly snip locks of hair from women and children as they slept. On June 5, the first report came from the home of Mr. and Mrs. Griffin. They awoke to find their daughter's hair evenly cut. Strands scattered across her pillow. 2 nights later, a second family reported the same. Soon, word spread. The Phantom Barber was real. Residents began double-locking their doors, nailing windows shut, and even sleeping with weapons nearby. But still, the barber struck. By midsummer, the break-ins escalated. Victims described smelling a strange chemical odor. Some believed chloroform had been used to keep them asleep. On June 13th, 2 young girls at the convent of the Sisters of Perpetual Adoration reported waking to find their hair cut while they slept. The town was in a frenzy. Police patrols increased, but the Phantom seemed untouchable. He never left fingerprints. He never stole valuables. Only hair. But the crimes turned darker. On August 5th, the Phantom Barber entered the home of Terrell Heidelberg, a local man. This time, he didn't bring scissors. He brought a weapon. He attacked Heidelberg and his wife with an iron pipe, leaving them badly injured. Now Pascagoula was in full panic. What began as a bizarre prank had evolved into violent assault. Police were desperate to restore order. Within days, they arrested a man named William Dolan, a German-born chemist who had openly criticized U.S. involvement in the war. Inside his home, investigators claimed to find hair samples and materials that could be linked to the attacks. Dolan was convicted of attempted murder in the Heidelberg assault and sentenced to 10 years in prison. But here's the twist. He was never charged with the hair-snipping incidents, and many in Pascagoula doubted he was the real Phantom Barber. So, who was the Phantom Barber? Some say Dolan was the scapegoat. A convenient arrest in wartime America. Others believe the real Barber escaped justice, disappearing as suddenly as he appeared. Was he a disturbed individual with a hair fetish? A wartime saboteur spreading fear? Or just a small-town myth blown out of proportion by terrified residents? We may never know, but the legend of Pascagoula as Phantom Barber lives on. A chilling reminder that sometimes the strangest crimes are the hardest to explain. In the summer of 1942, Pascagoula learned that true terror doesn't always come from distant battlefields. Sometimes it sneaks in through your own bedroom window. Thank you for watching. Go to our website to find us on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe below to get more of our fact-driven, unbiased coverage.